Now I would request Mr. Anil Sethi, VP and General Manager, Channels, Dell Technologies, to share his insights.
So, hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to War India evening. I think so. First of all, thank you, Deepak, for giving us this slot and time to talk about what Dell in India we are doing. I'm going to talk about a little bit as to what at Dell channels in India and Dell technologies we are doing it in India. That would be a little bit of a advantage to all of it and how we are holistic in our approach. So that's what I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking to you about it. As you all know, that Dell has been one of the leaders in the technology offerings, and most of you are either our partners or have been dealing with us. And so it is we've been a technology leader and an innovator in the world-class enterprise, and currently we are. And why do we say that? The reason is that not that one is that it is a powerful offering that we have from which is from edge to cloud, and that's which is supported by a big 34,000 people. Now that's very critical because this is the number which helps you gain the customer experience and customer satisfaction, and that's what can actually translates into the business. Today, we are serving about 98% of the 500 Fortune companies. So practically, it means is every large customer experiences Dell in some form or the other. We have 27,000 plus patents, and that's a big investment. We do it with our research and development. We do almost like what $20 billion, but which is about almost like a $4 billion each year. That's a massive investment which any technology company in today's age would be doing. And we currently present into 180 countries. So, in to sum it up, I think which is important is to see that how are we positioned and what's the big presence we have, the number of customers that we deal with, uh, and the most important is that we continuously are invested into research and development to see that we are coming up with the new offerings as this transformation age which we are in, and that's what helps customers to meet their IT needs. With that, I a little bit talk about why when we do all this investment, what does it kind of results come out like for all of us. And I thought to a little bit share about it. I know lots of people talk about shares, but it's one of the important measurement for all of us over here to see that when we are putting in so much of efforts and trying to ensure that our customers are happy, how is that resulting into? So we continue to have a leadership position in most of the LOBs that we work on and offer in India and worldwide. Servers, we continue to be leaders, and that's been consistent for a while. And we are leaders into workstation category, and we have a good growth coming up into our edge side, which is PCs, and we continue to see revenue growth and unit growth over there. Storage, we continue to be leaders. So this is something very important. This gives us a confidence to see are we in the right direction, and I think sometimes more important is are we in the right direction or not. And these figures and these results helps us to know that we are moving in the right directions and customers are accepting us. That's more from that point of view rather than to any other comparisons. But this is a confidence building for us, and it's important for you to know that uh, whenever you are in dealing with us and how well we are entrenched into our with our customers and our acceptance is quite high. Now, moving on to, these all things does lead to some kind of, awards that we keep getting. And these are some recognitions which we see, which comes from different sections of the society, whether it is on the CMO Asia or from War India itself and many other awards which come up. So these are, again, a confidence building for us. This means that we are winning hearts with the market, and that's very critical to my mind. Moving on, now when we do all this, it also tells us that are we continuously why are we winning it, and this itself tells us that these are some of the reports which we see, and currently we have that Dell was the most trusted brand in the country, which was rated by the Brand Trust report of which study came up in 2020, which is phenomenal for us. And I want to really thank each one of you and all the customers who trust in us and are helping us to see that we continue to scale further and grow further. On the right hand side, you see that this is in very recent times we had English channel CNBC TV 18, where some of you partners came together along with me, and we spoke about how our what are the great accelerators in the market, and how is this digital transformation which is become which is accelerated in the country, and how each one of is helping the customers to achieve their goals. And we had this platform where we had a conversation, and how partners are doing, how you organizations are doing. And some of you were with me, like I said, on this platform, and they discussed it, each one of you as their companies, how that they are helping customers in this digital transformation, and how we see India, and what would be the future things that would be required for these companies to scale up and to be ready with to meet the challenges which would be forthcoming in 2021 in the market. So these were some of the interesting things, and this is the first time where we see that partners organizations. The objective of this platform was to see that partner organizations come in the forefront on the national television to come and talk about how partners are changing and how important are they to the IT industry. And they are extension to every single OEM, and they come and help customers and to achieve their goals, and that itself results into our customer satisfaction, thus resulting into the trust. So this is kind of a chain reaction, and it was important to see that organizations who've been doing well and are invested into this transformation exercise, come and talk about them, and come and talk to the country, and see that how important they are, and how are these organizations changing or you can say the changed face of the IT industry. So that was that I thought these are a couple of the slides to set up a context of today's discussion, to see that what probably we have done. This is not a kind of a scorecard exercise, but I thought that we should share with you what we are doing as a company, how well we are, and how customers accept us, and most importantly, how you partners are performing and are being recognized on the different platforms. So thank you to you all, and for helping us being a most trusted brand, and you being participating in our business and taking the Dell brand further high. So moving on. So what does the partner program talk about? Now, we have people who have been partners, some of you who are hearing to me today, and who are today on this platform and on this meeting, and they may know it, what we kind of do. But it's important to see that a lot of other partners who were sitting on the fence and are probably thinking, I thought I'll take a moment to talk about our program, and this would be a kind of it will serve as a refresher course also, to see that what we kind of doing. So starting with this financial support. Now, this is something critical. We started about 6 years back, this thing. And we remain to be the first company where we go and extend credit lines to the partners directly. And when I say partners, I'm talking about our system integrators and large system integrators partners, and other than distributors. So we just to give you a bit of numbers over there, we have about almost like about $300 million invested into giving different credit lines to our partners and distributors in this country. So that is just phenomenal, and this is with the great credit lines they have. They have extended credit periods we offer, depending upon to the case to case. also depending upon to the health of your P&L. And so there are a couple of other factors there. But most important thing which I want you to take away with this is to see that how invested we are with the partner community, and that's something extremely critical because if you actually see, if we were to rotate this cycle and of this $300 million, we would be, and on if we were to have a rotation of about 8 times, we should be about $2 billion plus business into the country, and that's what we are. So thank you for that. But this is, I know we are a capital hungry country, and this is something which is extremely critical, that helps you scale the business, helps you save your interest cost, thus adding it to your profitability. Because today the cost of the interest is too high in the country. And with that being there, and we working on the margins which are not so great at many times in the competitive situations, I think this is one of the things which adds to the profitability. The financial sport is doing two important things which you take away, is helping you increase the profit, and secondly, helping you do business. So that's very critical. Second, enablement and certifications. Those are some of the things which are extremely important in the current scenario, where we have to continuously upskill ourselves, and we are doing that to the courses, certification courses, to our partner employees which are there, which are involved into in the sales side, our technical side, service side. So this is a continuous exercise, and that's helped create a great talent also within the channel organizations, and a certified talent pool, I would say. Marketing Development Fund, this is again helping. This has been, by the way, we invested almost close to about $500 million into this, to see that, and this will help most of our partners. Not they largely, I will talk about two things over here. This has helped create a great and a very effective marketing organization within some of our channel partner organizations. So this is phenomenal. I today see, and this is a matured state, by the way. Today we see that a lot of marketing managers, which is by the portfolio into many of our partner organizations. Now this is clearly a matured state of channel economy, you can say, and that's what that's really pleasing, and that helps to interact with the customer, to see how we can do demand generation, how we can put the both brands together. I mean, which is Dell and the partner organization. So it's helped the both brands build the image in the market. Channel team incentives, which is common, which I'm sure you understand all, and rebates, which are the best in class in the industry, and anytime anybody who would be interested, I would say that they can reach out to us, and we would talk about that more. But in this platform, we'll not be able to talk in much detail. But they are the best in the industry being offered, and that's been claimed by most of the times in the surveys that we have conducted with you, and you have acknowledged that. So what does this all in total means is that what it basically sums up to say, we are in the state of most matured channel model today in the country, and that's a rare feat to see, but thank you to you all. And when I say matured model means where you cover every single aspect of the business that would be required in the by the channel fraternity when they are interacting or transacting business with you. So moving on, I'll talk about a bit on the landscape. How do we are very quickly? This is we have about 300 registered partners. We have 4 distributors we work with. We have 139 resources. We have 5,000 customers we partners deal with every single quarter. And we have 20,000 transactions that happens every single quarter, and about 250 cities which we cover. That's kind of an outcomes which we have from the pillars that we have created in the channel ecosystem, and it continues to do well. And I'm sure your trust helps us to build it further and get this get better. So here I'll talk about what are some of the new things that we are coming up at Dell. Project Apex, as you see it on this chart over there, is a strategy for delivering a radically simplified as service and cloud experience to our customers. Now, this is going to be the one of the most important and the most important strategies for us in 2021, and that's what you will see. So let me give you a bit of details, and once you are interested, we can talk more about it. So simplicity, choice, and consistency is what you see it on this chart. What is it? It's basically saying is that it is everything as service, everything as service, right from core to cloud. So basically, we get the entire IT journey. It would be navigated by the customer in the few clicks. You have the entire turnkey solution as a service given to it, right from a PC servers, networking to storage to VMware. Every single thing would be there on the service. It would be a choice which a customer can make, which could be from choosing from the the best infrastructure portfolio, like I spoke about it in the beginning, pay when you want, and subscription-based models, pay as you use, pay as you go. So different models would be available, and this all would be available either with the OpEx flexibility offered to the customers. And this will help unify operations across all the entire multi-cloud environments, across core agent cloud. And so this is going to be an offering available from ourselves, from Dell stable, from the first half next year. And this is going to be completely change the landscape of the market. So this is what 2 or 3 important things, if you take away from this. It helps when I talk about OpEx flexibility, it takes away that it frees up the budget, right? And for the customer, it helps take away the into capital costs, which would have got involved into any IT requirement that customer would have gone into. The entire thing gets spread over the number of the years, that entire cost, and then like you say, and it's pay as you use. So once whatever you are consuming, you're just paying for that. So this is one such situation, one such offering, I would say, that where you have the entire thing on premises, and you are having you paying on an OpEx basis. So it is helping you keep your workloads on premise, and you could be pushing some of the workloads to the cloud also. But lots of people, lots of customers have said that they're more comfortable and bringing the having the on-premise solution. So this really helps them, and this is a huge investment from Dell into the country. Huge investment, because we would be ending up doing and helping customer with any large buffered up capacity that he can do it and use it. So this is an offering which we will talk about more in detail as we enter into the next year, and that's a time when it would be available for the Indian customers. And to start with would be the first thing which we would be doing in next year is storage as service. So that's what would be the first thing that you will see, and so it will be, like I said, only pay when you use. And entire service experience would be through a Dell Technology Cloud Console. So what one console will help you navigate to the entire experience, and that would be a cloud console, and you can have a multi-cloud environment, on-premise cloud environment, and everything can be owned through, everything can be managed to a single console. So this would be offered, as I said, in the next year, and this will help manage not only the infrastructure but the business for the customer. So I think that would be thing which all the partners and by the way, this would be an offering available to be offered to the customers through partners, which is you. So So wait for that, and we'll talk about in more details. And if you have keen, if you want to strategize it and see how you're going to take this offering to the customers, more than welcome to talk to you. And please be in touch with us, and we can walk you through as what is this whole offering all about, so that when it's launched, you are all ready, and your internally teams are ready, and you know how to talk to the customers, and what does it all entail. This is a currently thing which is going on with us, and that's called Flex. This is called Flex on Demand. Now, what does that mean, by the way? This is scaling technology to match the business changes, like it says that. So, Flex on Demand is a current offering on storage and servers. So, I'll give you a very quick 60 seconds to tell you what does this mean. So this is basically anything that you require into the storage capacity or a server. Whatever the customer has decided, he can take up a buffered capacity, and he can take an it's an elastic way of offering, and you can order anything that you need it into the storage with the, like I said, with the buffered capacity, and you can pay only what you think that you will be using. But what's an advantage is that in case after 6 months or so your demand increases, or you want to use, suppose you have a 40% commitment given and you want to use another 10 or 20% during the peak periods, you can use that and pay for that. But you don't need to go through the whole installation exercise all over again, or you need to buy and to go through the whole process of buying all over again. So you can just have a you can just have the infrastructure bought once, and there would be an elastic way of how your demand is. There could be a burst times. There could be a times where your workload is increased, and then that's how you can pay and use. And that's what the metering system will help you to give your monthly or quarterly subscription bill. So that's something which is again offered through partners, and is offered through you. So this, what you can see, is another huge investment which we are making for the customers and for the partners, because this entire equipment which is there is again, you have a entire offering which is like I said, that somebody needs an X amount of a petabyte and he buys X plus one. The entire investment which is gone is gone from a Dell. So you kind of have committed to only 40% of the capacity, and the 60% is invested by Dell. And an advantage to the customer, he doesn't need to go through the whole process, and he can use whenever he requires, when the demand increases of the workload. So this is something phenomenal, I would say, that is what we just launched it this quarter, and this is all. We already have been talking to most of you over there, and this is definitely needs more talking about it, and that's why I thought that I should spend a little bit of more time onto this. And interested people, I would say that please come and have a word with our teams, and we'll walk you through on this in more details. So benefits, I did speak to you earlier on the chart, aligning cost and helping increase the budget power, agility improvement. And the most important is everything that we do today is important for customers and for you, is to see that, it's easy and simple to use. So that's what we have done it. And that's what you will find it in details when you come and talk to us. PowerStore. This is the new offering which we had 2 quarters back from a Dell stable, and this is something which is taken the market by the storm, and is one of the most powerful and one of the most talked about offerings from the Dell, which is a storage offering. As you see it, this is designed for the new data era, a very data-centric, intelligent, and adaptable offering, adaptable product, sorry. And it optimizes systems, performance, scalability, storage efficiency, and support any kind of a workload. Intelligent it is in terms of the automation, programmable, autonomous, and simplifies the entire management. Adaptable, the architecture this enables the spread of the application, and offers a flexible deployment model. So this is one such offering which in India we have seen the phenomenal increase into our pipeline. The way the customers have shown interest, we are doing lots of demos onto this, and there had been a good amount of bookings. So thank you to you all who have really helped us to bring in the initial bookings and orders. With that, seeing that we have offered some straight 20% margins on this product to all the partners, and this is our global offering, by the way. And please come back to us and ask us for more details. This is without doubt one of the best offering from whatever competition that you see in the market. So for more details, I would be very, very keen to spend my personal time to talk about PowerStore. This is where we have seen the maximum amount of traction in the past 3 months. So moving on. So when we started this business, and when I say started this business, okay, that would be wrong. I would say when we started the channel business, the entire thing, the whole foundation of this business, like I started with with my presentation to talk about it and say that it was on trust. And I would say that this whole business within the country, within the Dell, we have built it on the trust. And before I talk about a little bit more on the trust, and I'll just play this video to see that how do you kind of what's my message going to be and what we have done so far. This video really encapsulates every single thing that I want to say, and I'll use my words a little later. So I play this video. So I think that's trust, and that's what I meant to talk to you through this video. So it is the most. It is both emotional and a logical act. And emotional, why I say is that because about each other, its vulnerabilities and everything about when you deal with the when we all deal with each other, and the logical, that we take the most logical thing that's meant for the business, and that's where the trust starts to build in. And this is, without this, I think it's the most key thing in whatever business or in the life itself. But in the business, it's the most important thing. It's not so important that sometime to do what other guy wanted to, but more important is to see that he knew that what I cannot do, and it was it was upfront, and it was known to him or to the both sides. So, like I said, that it is both the emotional and the logical act. And without any emotion, there is no trust that gets built in. And without the trust, I don't think the business gets built in. And if it gets built in also, and if you happen to do that also, it's not long lasting. So it is in anything, and especially in businesses, when you have a very long lasting relationships, because you build organizations of yours. with the OEMs like us, with the brands like us, where you invest so much, where you invest with the people, where you invest with your capital, you invest with your emotion, you put your sweat into it. And likewise, we do it. And if that doesn't connect well and that doesn't get built, it's not so easy to keep switching onto the OEMs, right? So it becomes very difficult. So I think in the last 6 years, have laid the most importance to this particular thing and this particular trait, and that was the trust. If that was not built, I don't think we would have been in the channel business the way we have grown with your support, and neither our internal teams would have grown. So I think it runs into the culture of us. It's a culture of a Dell for the trust. We may be open at many times and say this is where we are not able to help or we are not engaging it over there. But what's the most important thing that you need to look at it? You need to look at it that we are being open and we are clear. We are expressing ourselves upfront. It's not your investment of time and money has gone into which didn't result into the way you expected. So I think that's what we continue. That's what we have built the business on, and that's what we will continue to build on. And I really want to thank you for the trust and the faith that you have shown on us and our teams. And we continue to ensure that we mean well for each other, and we will succeed it as a one team in times to come. So when we were going through all this process and times and last 6 years, yes, there was every year there was a milestone that we were achieving in terms of our in our journey. Milestone of, like I said, milestone of the revenue, the milestone of share, the milestone of the trust that was coming up together, the milestone of adding up new customers, milestone with the many other achievements that each one of us were gathering and making it on this journey. So every single year we had some celebrating moments where we were recognizing some of the best efforts by you all people, by all our partners. And this is basically a graph to show that, how did we kind of grow. We were on a CAGR of 25% year on year. So this is the story. This is for the journey for us, and we continue to go from here. The names of the countries that you see is where we have been celebrating these moments with all of you. And so thank you to you all for that. And it's been an amazing journey. And I'm sure it's going to continue with this. And there are many more challenges that we have. There are many more new things that we need to build. There are, with this in the current transforming environment, there would be one of the biggest challenge for us would be to see that how we stay relevant. But while we start doing that, and while we get into that and see that how we need to achieve our new goals and new milestones, we need to create together. When we ended up our first 5 years into this, we wanted to thank you in a big way of this successful 5 years. So we created a channel anthem for the industry. The partners who worked with us and have been in part of this journey, who has really worked and trusted us and helped us grow and be on this journey. We are really indebted to that, and want to one more time thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anil, for sharing your views.